We live in a world where chaos is inevitable. The winds of misfortune blow without warning, and life's events often unfold beyond our control. Yet amidst all this, one thing remains within our power: our mind. It is not the storm outside that disrupts us, but the tempest within. The wise do not waste their energy lamenting what they cannot change. They do not crumble under pressure or surrender to anger, fear, or despair. Instead, they cultivate a mind that remains unmoved, like a great mountain standing firm against the howling winds. What happens to us is irrelevant. What matters is how we respond. A calm mind is not a gift bestowed upon the fortunate. It is the result of discipline, of training oneself to see things as they are, free from illusions and exaggerations. The fire of misfortune does not destroy the strong. It forges them. When insulted, do not react in anger. Words hold only as much power as we grant them. When faced with difficulty, do not curse your fate. Hardship is a teacher, not an enemy. When confronted with loss, remind yourself, everything in this world is borrowed and one day it must be returned. Detach yourself from the illusion of control. Accept what you cannot change, master what you can, your thoughts, your actions, your character. A calm mind does not mean a passive life. It means a life of wisdom, where emotions serve rather than rule. Train your mind daily. When small inconveniences arise, use them as practice. A long line, a harsh word, a delay. See them as opportunities to test your patience, to build your resilience. Do not wait for peace to arrive. Create it within yourself. The world will remain turbulent, but you need not be. Stand firm. Be steady, for in mastering your mind, you master life itself. We live in a world where chaos is inevitable. No matter how carefully we plan, how much we prepare, or how strongly we wish for stability, uncertainty remains a constant. Every day, we are faced with events that test our patience, challenge our emotions, and shake our sense of control. Some days bring minor inconveniences, a delayed flight, an unkind remark, an unexpected change in plans. Other times we are struck by deeper misfortunes, loss, betrayal, failure. In moments like these, the natural reaction is frustration, anger, or despair. We blame circumstances, other people, or even fate itself. Yet in doing so, we unknowingly surrender our peace of mind to forces beyond our control. We allow external events to dictate our internal state, leaving ourselves vulnerable to every shift in fortune. This is why so many live in constant turmoil, because their serenity depends on a world that refuses to be predictable. The wise, however, understand a fundamental truth. It is not the storm outside that disrupts us, but the tempest within. The world will continue to be unpredictable, full of challenges and setbacks. But our reaction to these events is always within our power. Two people may face the same hardship, yet one crumbles while the other remains composed. The difference lies not in the situation, but in the mind. When we recognize this, we take the first step toward true control. Not control over external events, but over ourselves. Imagine a ship caught in a raging storm. The winds may be fierce, the waves relentless, but the captain, who keeps a steady hand on the wheel, ensures the vessel remains on course. Our mind is the captain of our life. If we allow it to be tossed by every wave of emotion, we become lost. But if we train it to remain steady, no storm can break us. Training the mind begins with awareness. When difficulties arise, instead of reacting impulsively, we must pause and observe. What is truly happening? Is the event itself harmful, or is it merely our interpretation that causes distress? Often we find that it is not the situation, but our resistance to it, that creates suffering. The insult itself is empty until we decide to take offense. The failure is just an event until we define it as a catastrophe. The loss is part of life, yet we turn it into endless sorrow by refusing to accept it. A calm mind does not mean an indifferent one. It does not mean we do not care, that we do not strive, or that we do not feel. It means that we do not allow fleeting emotions to control us. Anger, frustration, and fear may arise, but they are visitors, not masters. We acknowledge them, understand them, and let them pass without letting them dictate our actions. To achieve this state of inner stability, we must practice daily. The world provides countless opportunities. When we encounter small irritations, a long line, a delayed response, a minor setback, these are perfect moments to strengthen our ability to remain composed. Instead of reacting with frustration, we can observe the feeling and choose not to indulge in it. When we face criticism, we can remind ourselves that words only have power if we grant it to them. A calm mind is not a passive mind. It is a disciplined one. It does not ignore difficulty but faces it with wisdom and composure. By training ourselves to remain steady in every situation, we free ourselves from the grip of anxiety, anger, and fear. We become unshaken by life's storms, not because we avoid them but because we no longer allow them to control us. So let us practice daily. Let us turn challenges into opportunities for growth. Let us remind ourselves that peace is not something given to us, it is something we create. In doing so, we not only find strength within ourselves, but we also become a source of stability for those around us. Train your mind, and you will master life. Thank you.